So I posted this meme the other day. Take a look. And it generated a decent bit of comments on the other social media networks. And so my friend asked this question here. Catholics will often claim that they're not worshiping the images or the saints, they are venerating them. And to that I say, same thing. Notice the definition here for veneration, and in fact one of the synonyms is worship. And notice the definition here for worship. Same website, same dictionary, worship and veneration are the same thing. So then why did God allow and even command certain things to be put into the Old Testament sanctuary? And one of the reasons is, as God told Moses in the book of Exodus, the Old Testament sanctuary was a pattern of the heavenly sanctuary. Take, for example, the golden angels that were looking over the Ark of the Covenant in the Hebrew sanctuary. There are literal living angels doing the same thing in heaven's sanctuary. You can read about that in chapters like Isaiah 6. Now, another reason is all of the symbolism, all of the features of the Old Testament sanctuary, it was all designed to point to Jesus. None of it was to be worshipped. None of it was to be venerated. None of that. So the angels that were embroidered into the cloth, the golden angels on the Ark of the Covenant, those weren't idols. They weren't objects of worship. They were symbolizing some truth that God was trying to communicate to his people. And secondly, in the second commandment, God specifically forbade the creation of idols. That's why in the golden calf instance, God got angry with Israel. Moses got angry with Israel and punished them for it. And the thing of it was, Aaron, when he was done crafting that golden calf, you know what he said? This is a feast unto the Lord. He didn't say we're going to use this calf to worship the Canaanite gods. He said, no, we're going to use this calf to worship God. But here's the thing. That was still idolatry. It was still idol worship or idol veneration. Reasoning for the golden calf was the same reasoning that Catholicism uses for the veneration, let's call it what it is, worship of images. The bronze snake that God commanded to be made in the desert after he allowed the venomous serpents to bite Israel, that serpent was constructed for the express purpose of teaching people to look to Jesus for healing, not to idols, not to self. But centuries later, Israel had turned that from a reminder of what God had done for them into an object of worship. And so once it had become an idol, Hezekiah in the future, what did he do? He had it destroyed. Because something that God had originally intended to remind them of Jesus had become an object of worship or veneration. You can call idolatry whatever term you want to call it in order to justify it, but the thing is, it's still sin. But in an attempt to justify it, Catholicism removed the second commandment entirely. Veneration is still idolatry. Get back to the Bible, my friends.